The mission to end veteran suicide and support mental health is gaining momentum. Fresh off their Walk for Warriors event in Washington, D.C., the event, now in its third year, is back in Michigan with two major events coming up in May. Joining us to discuss the impact of that D.C. walk and the upcoming Michigan events, we've got Kyle Hostetler here. Good morning, Kyle.
Good morning. How are you?
Well, Walk for Warriors is expanding, is growing. Talk about, you just did it for the first time out of the state, Washington, D.C. How'd that go?
Yeah, I mean, phenomenal event. We had the first year, we know it's going to grow, but the first year we had about 40 people walk along the National Mall. So there's no better place to raise support and raise awareness for veteran suicide than some of our nation's most historic monuments in the country.
Plus, where they're making the laws too. I mean, some things could get passed to help these veterans.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Let's talk about the mission. Let's talk about the goal. What does Walk for Warriors hope to accomplish?
So really, what we're really trying to do is create awareness for the pandemic, I would call it, of suicide within our veteran community and their families. It's not just our veterans that are affected. So we really want to start raising the awareness, but then giving them the support they need. There's more to just the physical challenge that they face when they come back from combat or in the military. So there's also the emotional and the spiritual stuff that we're trying to give them support and find ways to reach them across the country.
And you mentioned the word pandemic. Let's maybe dial out. I mean, well, these numbers aren't great.
They're not. I mean, we lose 20 soldiers or more a day. And if you start doing the math, that's more than 6,000 veterans a year that we're losing that isn't combat related. It's they're taking their own lives. And then so that's where the 30 came from in the walk. We do a 30-mile walk, and you can walk a mile or 30, but 20 of that is for the veterans we lose, and then the last 10 is for the tens of thousands of people that are impacted by that walk, that suicide every year.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it affects the whole family and those surroundings. So how do the proceeds that are raised from these walks help?
Sure. So the proceeds go to an organization that's local to Michigan. It started in 2005 called Operation Injured Soldiers. They really started trying to get veterans out and healing them in the woods, in the outdoors, and then it slowly morphed since 2005. And last year was the first kind of big year. We started a new kind of program within the organization called Operation Renewed Hope that is solely focused on veterans' mental health and their families. So we do webinars and podcasts. We have a local pastor from the Holland area. Josh Warhoff does a lot of the podcasts for us and webinars. He's also been doing some couples retreats up at their property up in Pellston, Michigan, that OIS was donated by a generous doctor. So that's what we're going, and we're trying to find more and more ways to afford to give these veterans what they need so they can reach out to OIS and seek out that support.
And how have you seen anything, any personal results that you've seen from the work that you're putting in?
Oh, absolutely. So after the first couples retreat we did up in at Bravehearts, we actually got some really good feedback, and a couple of the couples said it probably saved their marriage. Many times we have veterans that are married to veterans. And when you are both overseas and you're both seeing some of that stuff, you're both dealing with things differently, and a lot of times it becomes a very hostile environment. And Josh understands that and understands that you have to kind of get back to the grassroots of the relationship and heal, not just them individually, but them as a couple, and really start focusing on them again. And unbelievable what he's been able to do and how he's impacted the community. Just so excited to see what happens in the next few years, and hopefully this continues to grow every year.
I love that part of it because it seems to be growing every year, and this is the third annual. So if you want to get involved, we're going to get some information out there for you so you can. There's a QR code right there on your screen. So if you got a smartphone handy in your hand or whatever, you might want to open that camera app and see if there's a link waiting for you. Two events coming up, Richmond and Holland, May 2nd, and is it the 16th?
The 16th
for the other
Holland,
one as well? Perfect. So you've got a couple more chances to raise some funds, get in that walk and Walk for Warriors and help the cause. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We'll be right back.